I'm sure everyone has a lot of questions for me, but I also have a lot of questions for you. In fact, we're going to ask a lot of questions and listen to players, coaches. We're going to listen to medical experts, technology executives, members of the media, and anyone else who understands and loves the game of football. But most importantly, we're going to be listening to fans. So I would ask that, the question of what would you do if you could reimagine the game of professional football? Would you, for instance, eliminate halftime? Would you have fewer commercial breaks? Would the game of football be faster?
I'm just live streaming the XFL announcement, I guess.
The new XFL will be
this ain't
fan-centric, with all the things you like to see and less of the things you don't. And no doubt, a lot of innovations along the way. We will present a shorter, faster-paced, family-friendly, and easier to understand game. Don't get me wrong, it's still football, but it's professional football reimagined. Since we're launching in 2020, we have 2 years, which is plenty of time to really get it right. We intend to start conservatively with 8 teams, 40-man rosters, a 10-game regular season, and postseason featuring 2 semifinals, and of course, a championship game. Now, what about the players? As you know, there's a wealth of talented players that we can draw from, but in the XFL, the quality of the human being is going to be as important as the quality of the player. Our approach to presenting games will be multi-platform, which will allow us to engage fans and customize the viewing experience in ways that were never imaginable just a few years ago. You'll be able to watch the XFL on big screens, mobile devices, and everything in between. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate your interest, and if you have any ideas, please send them along our way because we are listening.
I was saying,
the XFL will be a game that's reimagined. Reimagine the game of professional football. I'm sure you want to get to some
I don't like this idea at all either.
Fire away.
As a reminder, it is *1 to ask any questions. We'll take our first question from Brian Fritz with Sporting News.
Vince, I guess the big question now is, why do you believe now is the right time to bring back the XFL?
Because he's autistic.
Well, football is
that's the only
America's
reason.
favorite sport.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 7 months of no football on the gridiron, and there's 70 million fans, so why not?
Who the hell's watching?
Now
No, only 4 people.
And I've always wanted to bring it back.
And what do you think are the lessons that you learned from the first time that you did the XFL to what you'll do with the game now?
Well, I think the most important thing that we learned with the older XFL and now the new XFL is the quality of the play. Quite frankly, we only had a very short time in the past to put everything together. We have 2 years now to really get it right. It's the quality of the play.
We'll take our next question from Joe Flint with the Wall Street Journal.
Hi, Vince. Talk a little about your media plans. Will you be looking to put this, offer this as a package to the broadcast or cable networks or for your own streaming service? What are you thinking there?
Well, again, as we reimagine the game, I think we reimagine as well the way that we distribute the game. I think it's important to consider the standard way of doing this. I think it's also important to consider new ways. So it's probably going to be a combination of any number of...
watch this kid.
I know.
Look at that face.
Such a big man.
Of forms of presentation.
That's not the face of success, I'll tell you that much.
I'm waiting for Kyle to message me later and be like, what is the XFL? He asked me last night if Triple H is gone. I'm like, Triple H is still around.
Yeah.
Like, he's not dead or anything.
No.
With CBS Sports.
Hello, Brian.
Hi, Vince. How will this announcement affect
4
your
suckers.
day-to-day control of creative decisions
6.
in WWE?
6?
Yeah, 7. Holy shit, 7 people.
They're liquidating their life, I'll tell you.
Probably.
Yes,
They got nothing else to do.
CEO and chairman of the board of WWE.
Actually, I might flip it over because I might get copyrighted or something if I show that. Maybe.
Yeah,
because
Because, YouTube's autistic. Oh, look, I already lost views because of that. Oh, well.
Thank you for asking. There will be no crossover whatsoever in terms of talent or anything like that from WWE to the UXFL.
With the first overall pick in the XFL draft, they select Roman Reigns.
Hey, how are you? I guess the question I have is, what...
I'm just confused. What are they going to get out of this? Like, I'm convinced the only reason why they're doing this is because of the anthem protest bullshit from the season.
Okay, I've heard about it.
I just feel like that's probably one of these reasons. Because I'm sure Vince McMahon, I'm sure he's conservative. Because I'm sure he's on good terms with Trump.
This may be the last you see of me in terms
it's probably like they'll probably be like, the national anthem, you gotta stand, it's mandatory. I feel like it's gonna be something like that. I'm convinced that's why they're doing this. Because I think this is gonna fail because they can't get away with these concussions and shit. Because if someone gets injured with a concussion from a brutal hit, they're gonna get sued. This happened in 2001, and I guess it didn't even work out. It failed after one season.
How are they doing it again?
Because they're autistic. It's like me, they're autistic.
Yeah.
And if I could just follow up, why are you not doing it this time?
Quite frankly, $100 million to start with is a little too rich for WB as far as...
Just sell a freaking company.
And we'll take our next question from Paul Newberry with the Associated Press.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, Ben. Hi. I assume this will be sort of the same time frame you mentioned out of season. I assume a spring league with a similar time frame as the original XFL.
Atlanta Blue 28.
It won't be a spring league. It'll start end of January, early February.
I actually forgot about it. How could I?
Not exactly a spring league.
Okay.
And we'll take our next question from Neil Betts with Newsday.
It was actually pretty good.
Hi.
I saw they actually won.
They won. They won 3-1. I thought the last game. I thought the last game I went to was better because there was like fights and stuff, but it was still a good game. It was boring though until maybe I say second period like last time.
Every game you went to, they won. Maybe we should go every game.
I'm 2-0 now at Penguin games. I think I'm done going to those games, but I might consider going to a first round playoff game if they make it that far.
Next question from Emma Ackerman with
they're in the wild card race.
Hey, Vince.
They might be too expensive. It just depends on prices. Like it's like $200 for ticket, and screw that.
Boring. Part of expanding the WWE
Rather
network.
watch this
Can you
crap.
explain a little bit about the research backing demand for the XFL?
I'm wondering if this is
to any research as relates to WWE. Again, that's a separate entity. And we'll get into the research and what have you going forward. We have done a lot of it thus far, and with more to come in terms of putting all this together.
It's a little nippy outside.
We'll take our next question from Jackie Waddle
You
with
wanna
CNN.
sew them in?
Oh my God! Fake news! Fake news! Fake news! Fake news! Fake news!
My question is about concussions.
Just like CNN.
Shut the fuck up! It's CNN. Fake news. We don't need to hear any of that.
Of course not. Unless some of the people are watching are liberals.
Wheel.
Hey, Mr. Evans, are you done with those errands?
What have you been up to?
Nothing much. You know, school, unfortunately.
Yeah, I go back on Monday.
You had how long of a break?
Since mid-December.
Wow. You're lucky.
Yeah. Well, that'll be you next year if you get there.
Yeah. We'll see what lies ahead.
I don't want to. He still has to deal with one more semester of grade school.
Yeah. I wish it was over.
Or I think
school.
Okay, good. It's nuts.
Comment if you hate school.
San Diego is a potential market.
Okay, it's.
I have no idea whether or not President Trump will support this.
He just said Trump will support this. Trump approves.
Definitely.
He's definitely going to approve this.
I looked up Mr. Krause and
nothing to do with social issues either. We're there to play football.
Look at this.
Really good football.
Good
And I think
YouTube,
that's what
everybody.
fans want as well. When they tune in, I don't know if they want to be dealing with political issues and things of that nature. They want.
It's a political thing. Like I said, I'm convinced this is the reason why they're doing it.
San Diego is a potential market.
We don't know yet.
And we'll take our next question from John Lafayette with BNC.
Hello, John.
I finished with those errands.
My apologies, it's Richard Deitch with Sports Illustrated.
Okay.
At least I see CNN.
Richard.
Vince, why are you not concerned with there being oversaturation of football as a product from the NFL to college football to the CFL to the Arena League?
Well, again, I think there's 7 months in which there is no football on the gridiron. And I think the demand is there. I think as well the quality of the play. This is going to be a different game, a fan-centric game. It will be faster, and it'll just be a better football game than what everyone else is accustomed to. So I think we're going to make our own demand.
And next we'll go to John Lafayette with BNC.
Hello, John.
Hi there. I think we tried it before. How are you going to keep players? You talked a little bit about keeping politics out of this game. Are you going to suspend players if they have political opinions? Is there going to be
I want to hear this.
Oh, it's Squidward.
Well, I think this. You know the rules and regulations. As I mentioned, you're going to have, there'll be a booklet, there'll be whatever it is we can do to make sure that all the players understand the rules, as well as everyone else. We intend for everyone to abide by those rules as far as the national anthem is concerned, which may be where you're going now. I think the national anthem is a time-honored tradition that's played to this day.
This might actually work when you think about it, but just depends on the shit going along with the NFL, like the Patriots and shit.
Yeah.
Because, the NFL's losing ratings. Mainly because of the anthem protests, the Patriots, and stuff. And Red Zone's more convenient because it's all condensed.
Yeah.
And it's so much better like that.
Is what everyone will abide by. Many and plenty of ways in which players, coaches, members of media can express yourselves. And
yes, I'm looking for Eugene Krabs. Oh, he's in that room right there. No, that's Harold Flowers.
People are rethinking we're clickbaiting.
You thought you could fool the flying gun.
All right. I'm already getting tired of this XFL
it's all fake news
stuff. It's at least it ain't CNN. So let's try to get out of this shit here.
Are you finished with it?
That's what Donald Trump would say. Let's get out of this shithole. All right. We don't need any more of that. Yeah. Nothing else there. My Facebook notifications are gonna blow up. Alright. I'm tired of watching the XFL stuff. I'm sure you are as well. Nothing much. It's basically they're just coming back in 2020, whether they succeed this time or not, which I doubt it. I guess we'll go from there and shit.
Yeah.
And right now it's trending on Facebook right now. It's the third most trended thing on Facebook currently. The XFL debuted in 2001, but it folded after one season. And it's expected to return in 2020. Woo. Time to get cancer.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
I'd love to get that, bro.
We don't know if it will succeed or not, but we'll have to wait and see. And like I said, I'm convinced because of all this stuff going on, politics and the NFL and stuff, ratings are down. So we'll see what happens. And we'll see if Roman Reigns is the first overall pick. Yeah. All right, guys.
I thought it'd be John Cena.
Maybe. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and maybe we'll see you guys in the next video. This was our guest, Blakie Chan, Blake Lance.
Blakie Chan.
Woo. All right.
Yeah. Donald Trump.
See you guys. Wheel.